Welcome back to Investing with Confidence, sponsored by Online Trading Academy, teaching people just like you how to make smarter investing decisions at our local academies right here in Denver, Colorado, and Bloomington, Minnesota. And we have physical classes locally here to teach the public, us adults, how to get in these markets confidently. You can call right now for 2 tickets for an investing class that we do locally, 888-682-6466, or you can just text the word invest to the number 484848 for 2 tickets for an investing class, local, physical, hands-on, and you can maybe even meet Al, the star of the show. But Al, we've had a great conversation about income strategies here today, the futures market, not too much the Forex market. Maybe we can do that a little bit here on this section. We talked about options, especially in retirement accounts, but options might be like the SUV of trading and investing, very versatile. And you mentioned things about being flexible in the financial markets, but I want to talk a little bit about these investing classes too, because you've helped a lot of people get started and help build confidence in the markets. But what type of people are you actually seeing come to these investing classes? What type of the public here in Denver and also Bloomington are you seeing like wanting to learn about how to get in the markets confidently?
Yeah, it's a great question. And we're seeing people anywhere from in their late teens up through people that are in their 90s. But what we're seeing more of, Josh, are younger people coming in and more women. And that's really encouraging. And I just happened to actually see a report here. It was a study that Fidelity did, their 2022 Money Moves study. And in that study, they just found that more and more women are getting involved in trading right now. But the caption of the heading of this study is that nearly 40% of women over 35 regret not investing for retirement sooner. So it's really encouraging to see younger people come in. And according to this study, older women now are having to play catch up. And that's okay. You know, there are ways of doing that. You don't have to just rely on kind of the old standby type of investment, which probably is not going to allow you to do that catch up. Those are the things that we talk about. And we look at each person as an individual, and we put together a plan that helps them bridge the gap from where they are now to where they want to be or where they felt they should be. And one of the things that I always talk about in these classes are emotions, the fact that people do the opposite of what they should do because of the emotions we have as human beings. Everybody agrees with that, but they don't know how to eliminate the impact of those emotions. So that's one of the things that we talk about, how we plan that. But let me get back to this study here a minute. What Fidelity found is that, and I'm going to say, shame on you, Fidelity, for doing this, but what they're doing, they're categorizing older women as being 36 years and older. So sorry, this is not me saying that. So that's why I said shame on you, Fidelity.
Yeah, exactly. Come on now.
But more and more women are taking advantage of the educational sources that are out there. But I guess what I would say is that a lot of those sources are provided by brokerage firms, and the goal there for them is just to keep you invested in their company, not to teach you how to be able to do this on your own, not to teach you how to be able to do it without them, which means you don't pay the fees. So if you can learn how to do this, you get the knowledge, the skills, and you have the help of people who have the self-confidence, who are experienced in trading and investing to kind of guide you and support you. If you can do that, you can set up an account where there are no fees and you have access to more than just the traditional stocks or mutual funds. You can use options, futures, Forex. So don't fear that. I know there's always fear about something you don't know, but at one point in time, you didn't know anything about stocks. You didn't know how to drive a car or ride a bike. But you get over that when you have the practice, you get the knowledge on how to do it right, and the practice of doing something, so you reach that point where it becomes part of your normal behavior.
Yeah, that's an interesting topic you brought up right there about Fidelity saying older people is 36 and higher.
Yeah.
So think about that for a second. If you're 36 or over, let's just say you're 50 or over, and you haven't started yet. You have 2 things. The good thing is you're still at halftime. The
That's
bad
right.
thing is you're at halftime. And you want to live a better life, you have to get started. Because if you feel like in Fidelity's study, they say if you're older than 36, you're an older person, right? Well, now is the best time to get started. Don't wait, because then you're always going to be like, okay, I wish I would have did something
Right.
different. I wish I would have started earlier. So, Al, with these investing classes that you teach here in Bloomington and also in Denver, it really helps people, I guess, kind of get off the couch and say, you know what, it's time. Now it's time to take charge in my finances. Now it's time to be the creator of my future. But you have to get started. And these investing classes, they're about 2 hours long, and they're physical, they're hands-on, they're a place to go to learn about the financial markets, to learn how to confidently get invested in the markets. And the great thing is as well is if you have questions, bring those questions in and we can answer those for you. Call right now for 2 tickets for this investing class. Call 888-682-6466. That's 888-682-6466. You can also text the word invest to the number 484848. You're going to receive a text back right away. There's going to be a link in there. That'll be our registration page. You can pick a date that works on your schedule, but you got to make sure to do that right away, and also get those free stock picks that you're going to receive just for getting set up for this class. So, Al, we've talked about all these different strategies, these different techniques. What we found out what an old person is. I guess that's over 36. And Al, unfortunately, I guess we are now old according to
Not
Fidelity.
our opinion, by the way.
According to Fidelity,
All
right?
right.
But with helping people get started, it takes a little bit of inspiration, and people want to be inspired to do things a little bit differently. And like I said earlier, sometimes you got to get up off the couch. So I want you to inspire people to get started. We got a few minutes left in the show here. How do you help, and what's the best way do you feel for someone that's new to the markets, or they just have 401ks and IRAs, so they're investing in the markets, or if they want to boost their returns, say they've been or have the opportunity and they've been trading for many years. What's the best way to get started?
Yeah, I think the best way to get started is to get the right education, which is a combination of knowledge and skills, but it's also to understand that you can keep this very simple. I think people, maybe if you've been in the library recently or Barnes and Noble and you've walked by the financial section, you've seen maybe hundreds of books on different strategies, and you look at it and you go, this is way too complicated. I'm just going to have somebody do it for me, and you give up. Well, the fact is that you can keep this very simple, and I mentioned earlier what the only thing that really is important is, and that's price. The right price to get into something, the right price to get out if you're wrong, and the right price to get out if you're right. Protect your profit. And I think one of the things that the biggest mistake maybe that people make is not taking a profit. It's losing that profit that should be yours. Look at that as money that should be in your pocket. But understand how the market works. Why do prices change? That's the important thing. If you know why price changes and when it's likely to change, you can participate. And it changes because big institutions, big players are taking a position or exiting a position. And if you can identify when they're going to do that, even before they do it, that's where timing comes in. And our strategy, our core strategy, is designed to do that with a high degree of accuracy. But we want to keep this simple. And then, as I mentioned earlier, the emotional part of it, how do you control that? You have a plan that you follow that's specific to you, but you use a strategy that is simplified to the point where you just follow 6 steps. And they're rules-based steps that you follow that have been put together by guys that worked on Wall Street, that were the people that were moving price. They understand how the market works. They understand how to find unfilled orders. And that step-by-step process is based on a set of rules you follow for everything you do. It doesn't make any difference whether you're trading stock or options or futures or the foreign exchange market, whether you're short-term trading or long-term investing. That's how you keep it simple. And that strategy is used in a trading platform that we give our students that actually tells you if it's a bad trade, it comes up with an alert and says, hey, don't do this trade. If it is a good trade, it's going to give you a quality rating for that particular asset. So it's really kind of taking the thinking out of it, the overthinking, and is taking the emotions out of it and just keeping it simple.
Yeah, there's a 4-letter word, Al, that a lot of people say, and they want to have different results, and it's hope, right? And that can be
Mhm.
it can be a good word or it can be a bad word. Don't just hope it'll get better. Don't just hope you'll reach those financial goals that you have. You have to go get it, but you have to go get it now. Don't wait till tomorrow. Don't procrastinate. Do it today. We have investing classes to get started today, locally here in Denver, Colorado, and Bloomington, Minnesota, to get started in the financial markets and hopefully have the opportunity to reach those financial goals that you have and learn those strategies that the smart money uses and not just what the public is doing. Call right now. Call 888-682-6466 for 2 tickets for an investing class. 888-682-6466. Al, let's hit them up with some good old words of wisdom, or actually the OTA tip of the week.
All right. Well, we've been talking about opportunities, and what I want to say is this: you're less likely to fail due to a lack of opportunity than you are from the inability to take advantage of them. Most miss the opportunities because they lack the self-confidence. They're afraid of doing something new. Self-confidence is all about managing your state of mind, and that should be the goal of any proper education system. At the Online Trading Academy, that is the cornerstone of how we help students. It's not just providing knowledge, building the skills to use the knowledge. It takes the right tools, the right resources, just like Wall Street's using, along with guidance and support by people that are already trading with the right mindset and with confidence.
Have the right mindset, but also be in the right community. Once again, for tickets for the investing class in Bloomington and Denver, 888-682-6466. As always, same time, same place next week. Until then, retire young, my friends.